made possible by Tommy Capper.
Learn about wearable wellness.
Learn about wearable wellness today at TommyCopper.com. By Brother Supply, New York's #1 source for ice air P-Tax, water source heat pumps, and fan coils. And by Angelo's, the best Italian restaurant at the Ridge Hill Shopping Center in Westchester County.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the Boomer and Carton NFL playoff picks. The NFL playoff picks.
All right, here we go. Game number 1, Saturday, tomorrow, 4:35. Houston Texans at home, laying 3.5 to the Oakland Raiders. The over-under, 36.5. Mr. Isaiah's home.
Oh, well, you know, I like the Texans. I like the Texans because they have the #1 defense. I like the Texans because I think they'll create turnovers. Even though they do not have a great offense themselves, I think this is like 20-6 written all over it. 20-3, 20-6. Connor Cook, you just heard my CBS Sports Minute. He turns the ball over a couple times, especially on his side of the 50. This will be a blowout. So I'm going to go with the Texans to cover, and they'll also be a part of my tease.
So the Texans are starting Brock Osweiler, right?
Yeah.
Brock Osweiler was their starting quarterback for 14 weeks this year.
Pretty much.
Did not play great. Played better at home.
Yeah.
Did not play great. The Raiders come in, as you just mentioned, with a guy starting his first ever game, and he's starting it in a playoff that's never happened in the modern era of football. The Raiders have looked terrible since Derek Carr went down. So you say to yourself, if the Texans are starting their starting quarterback, and they're at home, and they have the #1 defense, and the Raiders come in with no quarterback, why aren't the Texans favored by a touchdown in this game? That spread reeks. I'm taking the Oakland Raiders plus 3.5. I think we all agree it's going to be low scoring. I buy into that as well. I'll take a low scoring game in which I'm getting more than a field goal. I like the Raiders to win it outright.
Nice.
Raiders 17, Texans 13, and the legend of Connor Cook will start after Saturday afternoon. Game number 2, Saturday night, 8:15. Seahawks at home, laying 8 to the wild card Detroit Lions, over under 43.
You know, I just got done telling you that I think the Lions are battle-tested. They know what they're stepping into. I think the 8 points is significant. I think that they'll probably lose by a touchdown. I don't think that they'll lose by more than that. I do think that Seattle's very difficult to beat at home in a situation like this. Russell Wilson's virtually unbeatable in a situation like this in their building. But I think the Lions have enough to keep this thing close. And I believe that those 3 games that they just lost against very good teams will come to pass in terms of their experience. I will take the Lions to cover, but I expect the Seahawks to win.
All right, I think that's probably, that's the way I've been thinking about this game as well. I love the Lions. I've loved the Lions, the whole year. And when you take stock of the Lions, even in the games they lost, they're competitive in every game.
Yeah, the problem is they don't have really a running game, and they're missing their best defensive back in Darius Slay.
Well, they also they're arguably the best fourth quarter team as well.
They also have a pass rush that should be able to get after Russell Wilson.
I like the Lions. And since I'm going to pick the Lions to cover, I might as well pick them to win the damn game. So I'll take the Lions to win the game. Lions 27, Seattle 26. Lions plus 8. That's what I'll take, and I do think it's over the number 43. Sunday, 1 o'clock, CBS. Pittsburgh Steelers, as you mentioned, first time ever that Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown, and Ben Roethlisberger will play together in a playoff game. They're going up against the Miami Dolphins. Now, the difference for the Dolphins that the Raiders don't have is that their quarterback at least has played. Doesn't matter. The Dolphins in Pittsburgh, Steelers are feeling great, playing great football. A lot of people think they're the only team that can give New England an actual run for their money to go to a Super Bowl. Steelers are laying 10. The over-under is 45.5.
Steelers are going to score at least 31 points in this game.
And you and I are in lockstep.
And I think they're going to blow the Dolphins out. I really do.
Yep.
I think it's like a 31-14 game. What you worry about in a game like this is the Dolphins scoring a meaningless touchdown.
Backdoor cover.
And backdoor cover. That's the only thing that I would worry about in this game. But I'm going to take the Steelers to cover and beat the Dolphins and and continue their path to the what I believe is the eventual AFC Championship game.
Take the Steelers, lay the points. There's no rationale for taking Miami in the points, so you can't. I wouldn't play the game, by the way. I'd leave it alone, but I know everyone's going to bet every game. Finally, we are ready for the game that you care most about.
The New York Giants, a team started by a nice man named Wellington Mara. A few Super Bowls later, the New York Giants find themselves in the playoffs for the first time in half a decade, with a first-year head coach, with a battle-tested veteran quarterback, and the most dynamic playmaker in the game. As they travel to Lambeau Field, the site of many championship moments, can they take down Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers? With a thought on the game, Mr. Boomer Esiason.
Well, just to be basically consistent throughout the week.
Packers minus 4.5, over under 44.5.
I've been picking the Packers to win the game, and I think it will be a tight game. It will be in the 20s. I do believe that Odell Beckham Jr. will have a great game.
Yes.
Because there's really nobody to cover him. So one of the things I'll be looking for early in the game is to see how Dom Capers, that defense coordinator over there in Green Bay, tries to handle him. The matchup for me to watch also, Eric Flowers, Clay Matthews, right?
Capers.
Flowers.
Beckham.
I like the Packers to win, but I'm taking the Giants to cover. I think it's
not convenient.
27-24. Green Bay Packers.
All right, 27-24 Packers. Again, I'm going to put my stones on the line. If I'm picking an underdog to cover, I'm picking them to win. I'm taking the New York Giants to win the game.
Maloik
my ass.
Maloik.
I'm taking the Giants to win the game.
It always goes the other way with you.
It'll come down to a field goal.
Maloik.
And the Giants will win the game 24-23. I think the Giants advance to round 2. And since I have the Lions beating the Seahawks, it'll be Giants-Falcons in the divisional round.
Sorry, Giant fans.
The Boomer and Carton NFL playoff picks now present the first ever Boomer Esiason NFL Wild Card Weekend teaser.
Taking one favorite Craigie and 2 underdogs with my teaser.
Tease me.
You're taking the Steelers in a pick 'em, obviously.
I'm not.
Oh, no, why not, Billy?
No, I'm going to take the Texans plus 6.5.
That's Marone.
Tease me.
If you think the Steelers are going to blow the Dolphins out, why wouldn't you just make that game a pick 'em?
Maybe I'm making a 4-pack.
No. You're not making it a 4-pack.
Taking the Giants plus 14.5.
Tease me.
Giants plus 14.5, Texans plus 6.5, and
All right, I will put the Steelers in there. You've spoken.
it's a no-brainer.
I will take the Steelers
hope they
at 0. At
Tease me.
yeah. I mean, how you're not going to pick?
I was going to take the Lions in 18, but I'll take the Steelers.
Tease me.
I'll take your.
No, listen, you do what you want to do.
Listen, I was 3-0 last night.
Yes, you
I'm
were.
feeling pretty good about myself, but that's okay. You know what? I can be talked into something if it makes sense.
I mean, if you think they're going to win by 30, to take him in a pick 'em, it's silly not to.
Okay.
Tease me.
You're not paying attention.
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
I'm taking your recommendation.
You
Why
should.
No, don't say that. Just say, no, thank you. I appreciate it.
I don't care if you do or not. It's just stupid if you don't. I mean, do what you want. I mean, it's your pick. It's not mine. I don't want to force you into a bully.
You know what?
Into
I don't even know why. I just don't punch you right in the face.
So who are you taking?
Take the Steelers.
You sure?
Take the
Tease
Texans
me.
plus 6.5, Giants plus 14.5, and the Steelers even. How's
Thank
that?
you.
I like it. I like it a lot. Boomer and Carton coming up.